working with checkboxes and radio button elements. Say in your application, we have a checkbox or we have some radio buttons. So what is the HTML tag name used to define a checkbox element? Anybody? What is the HTML tag name used to define checkbox elements?
Radio.
The HTML tag name used to define checkboxes.
Input.
Input type checkbox.
I'm showing you the properties of this element. What is the tag name here? Input is a HTML tag name. The type property value is checkbox. Right. I want to count the number of checkboxes present in a page. What is the logic? I want to count number of checkboxes present in a page.
First, through find elements by, we have to identify the ID, and after that we have to take the count.
No, not based on ID.
A tag name input.
Sir, type, sir.
What is the type property value?
Checkbox.
Checkbox. Tag name?
Input.
So, how you count the number of checkboxes present in this page? Identify the input elements whose type property value is checkbox. Find the input elements. Text boxes also created using a tag name called input. The radio buttons also created using a tag name called input. Text boxes, checkboxes, radio buttons, all are defined using a tag name called input. Okay. What is the type property value generally for a text box?
Text.
What is the type property value for a text box element?
Text.
Text. The type property value for a checkbox is checkbox. The type property value for a radio button is radio. Let's see this. I'm showing you the properties of one text box here. The HTML tag name is input and the type property value is text. The tag name is input. The type property value is checkbox. The HTML tag name is input and the type property value is radio. So now if I want to count number of text boxes present in a page, what is your logic? If I want to count number of text boxes in a page,
Type equal text.
Find elements and
Find
put
elements.
find elements whose XPath expression is, identify the input elements whose type property value is text. It will determine all text boxes present in a page. See, if there is a text box asking for a username, there's another text box asking for email ID. In this scenario, the type property value for the second one is email. Let me show you this. The email address or phone number. I'm showing you the properties of the very first text box here. Input is a tag name. Okay, type property given as text. Input is a tag name. The type property value equal to password. Because password, you know, if type property given as password, then only whatever the data you key will be invisible. So here, if I want to count the number of text boxes in a page, 2 forward slashes, input elements, whose type property value equal to either text or type property value equal to email or type property value equal to password. I hope you remember how to use multiple properties. Either type property value equal to text or type property value equal to email or type property value equal to password. These are the only 3 possibilities for text boxes. So it will determine all text boxes present in a page. In the similar way, I want to count number of checkboxes in a page. I want to count number of radio buttons in a page. Two forward slashes. Identify all input elements whose type property value equal to checkbox will determine all checkboxes present in a page. 2 forward slashes, input elements whose type property value equal to the radio will determine all radio buttons present in a page. Right. You answer me, what are the operations you can carry out on either checkbox or a radio button? Let's say there is a checkbox, there are some radio buttons in your page. What are the operations we can do here?
Click, sir.
Selecting and deselecting.
I want to select a checkbox. Already checkbox is selected, I want to deselect it. Yes, to select a checkbox, to deselect a checkbox, what is the method we can use?
Is selected.
No. I do not want to check whether it is selected or not. I want to select it. I want to select this
Click,
checkbox
sir.
element.
Click, sir.
We have to make Selenium to find out this element based on its properties. Then
You have to
click method will select a checkbox.
Yes.
Already the checkbox is selected. I want to uncheck it. Already selected. I want to uncheck it. Again, click. Already selected. If I click again, this will be unselected. So finally, click method used to select or deselect a checkbox element. Similarly, I want to select this radio button. Find the radio button element based on its properties. Then we have to use the click method. If I want to verify the checkbox is already selected or not, radio button is already selected or not, there is a method. What is that?
is selected.
Is
Selected.
selected. These 2 methods already we discussed. Click method used to check or uncheck a checkbox element. Similarly, click method used to select a radio button element. Is selected method used to determine whether the checkbox or the radio button is already selected or not. Is already selected, true, not selected, false. These are the only operations we can able to perform on the radio buttons, nothing else. There are no more operations here. Selecting a radio button, selecting a checkbox, deselecting a checkbox, and checking whether the checkbox or the radio button is already selected or not. Only two methods are applicable in the radio buttons and checkboxes. Click one method, is selected another method. Make a note of it. Click method. Click method used to check, otherwise select. Click method used to select, deselect a checkbox element. Click method used to select, deselect checkbox element. Right. Continuation. A radio button also can be selected. A radio button also can be selected. A radio button also can be selected using click method. In the previous programs, we used them already. Continuation, next paragraph. Is selected method used to verify a checkbox or radio button is selected or not. Is selected or not. If selected, it returns true. If selected, it returns true. If not selected, it returns false. If not selected, it returns false. If not selected, it returns false. Right. Very simple operations related to radio button checkboxes. In the previously, while explaining web element methods, is selected, click method I have explained on the checkboxes. Now, the another mostly seen element in web pages, tables. Let me show you some samples for the tables. Here I went to one website. money.rediff.com. Here I have list of currencies displayed here. Currency name and today rate. You see, first of all, what is this element? What is this element? Table, HTML table. See, the entire table is getting selected. See another example here. If a programmer wants to show a list of records in a page, Naukri.com list of jobs. In this Orange HRM application, here we have a list of employees. See, this is also one table. This entire area is a table element. In the IRCTC application, here I have train schedules. A train number, train name, remaining details. You see, this is also one HTML table element. If a programmer wants to show a list of records in a page, maybe in the Premise Bank application, list of branches. In this RNHRM application, list of employees. The trains application, list of trains. Maybe in GoEBbo, list of flights. BookMyShow.com, list of movies. If the programmer wants to show a list of records in a web page, they go with a table concept. However they design, finally the browser will convert into one HTML table. A table will have rows and columns. This is the entire table element. Table heading, table body. These are TR element. TR stands for
Table row.
table row. There are many rows here. The last TR element. Rows are defined using a tag name called TR. Each TR element has TD element, table data. Columns of a row created using a tag name called TD. Table used to define the entire table in a page. A table will have rows and columns. Rows are created using a tag name called TR. Columns of a row are created using a tag name called TD. See for any other table also. Table row. Actually, the first row is contains some headings. TH, table heading. If the programmer defined a tag name called TH, they will be appear in the bold color, bold, table headings. If I leave the first TR element that contain the heading, all remaining TR elements will have TD elements, table data. Hope you understand the HTML structure of a table. Let us work out on, let us write some programs to work with this tables concept. I want to count number of rows in a table. I want to count number of columns in a row. I want to read the data present in a web table, HTML table. So how to develop this kind of scripts? Note on the topic, working with HTML tables. Working with HTML tables. Working with HTML tables. The table is a HTML tag name used to create a table in a web page. A table will have rows. TR is a HTML tag name used to define the table rows. A row will have the columns. TD, table data, is a HTML tag name used to define the columns of a row. Based on these HTML details, we can able to build the script to count the number of rows, count the number of columns, also to read the data present in a table. First, have this diagram. If a programmer wants to show a list of records in a page, maybe list of employees, list of users, list of trains, list of jobs, some data programmer want to show in a web page, more records. Definitely they go with a table concept. Take some short notes about it. Table is HTML tag name. Table is a HTML tag name used to create. Table is HTML tag name used to create. Table is HTML tag name used to create web tables. Web tables or UI tables. Web application tables or user interface tables. Right. Continuation. TR is the HTML tag name. TR is HTML tag name. TR is HTML tag name used to create rows in a table. Used to create rows in a table. You know, every row will have some columns. Columns are created using a tag name called TD. TD stands for take it. TD is HTML tag name. TD. See, whenever I say tag name, any tag name, represent the tag name generally like this. Maybe it may be input or TR or table or whatever it may be. Tag names are defined inside the Angular brackets. TD is HTML tag name used to define columns in a table row. Used to define columns in a table row. Just here I have given the basic details about HTML details about a table. In any web application, if the programmer wants to show a list of records, whatever the technology they use to build it, maybe in .NET we have a concept of data table. In Java, we have other components. In ASP.NET, we have some other component. In PHP, there are some APIs. Whatever the way programmer defined, finally, browser converts it into HTML table. We know whatever the technology used to build your product, browser converting the technology components into HTML components. Whatever the way programmer designed a table, finally, browser converts into HTML table. Table, TR, TDs. Right. Now, what are the various operations belongs to these tables? In one scenario, I want to count the number of rows in a table. I want to count the number of rows in a table. Yes, answer. How to count the number of rows in a table? I already given the answer. Forward slashes, 2 forward slashes. Find the table element. Okay. Inside the square brackets. At the rate. Now, you read the description, what I have given, you get the answer. For this is the reason I am giving this kind of HTML details. Selenium, finding the element or elements based on the HTML details, correct? Based on the HTML properties. If you understand the notes what I have given, you can answer my question. TR. TR elements, right? Number of, each row of a table is nothing but a TR element. Find elements by the tag name TR. Rows are created using a tag name called TR. By capturing all the TR elements into some Java list, the Java list.size will give you count of rows in the table. Rows are created using a tag name called TR. Okay. Driver dot find elements by the tag name TR. All TR elements we are taking into some Java list. That Java list.size will return count of rows in the table. Right. Listen. See, rows are created using a tag name called TR. All TR elements you can take into some Java list. Earlier, yesterday, I want to count the number of links in a page. What we did? To count the number of links in a web page, what we did? Links are created using a tag name called anchor.
Yes, sir.
Find elements by the tag name A. All anchor elements we are storing into some Java list. That Java list, that size will give you count of links in a page. Similarly, the previous example, in a drop-down list, we have a list of options. All options we are taking into some Java list. How? Using get options. Actually, otherwise we can write the code driver dot find element, drop-down list element, dot find elements by the tag name option. Same get options ready-made method is doing. There's a ready-made method get option. If I don't have a method get option, I'll write the code in this way. Find the drop-down list element, parent element, dot find element by the tag name. What is the tag name used to define the option elements? Option. Find elements by the tag name option. As I have a ready-made function get option, I'm using the code like that. Directly I'm using get option. If I don't have a method get option, I build the code. Find the drop-down list element, dot find elements by the tag name option. All option elements we are taking into some Java list. All anchor elements we are taking into some Java list. Here, all TR elements we have to take into the Java list. Okay. As of now, fine. But one practical problem here. Let's say this is my page. Is there any rule that one page should have only one table? Is there any rule that one page should have only one table?
No.
See here in my page, see here I have one table. The tag name TR, 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 TR. Maybe here I have one more table. TR, TR, all are TR elements only, second table also. Your Selenium WebDriver focusing the main window. If my code is driver.find elements by the tag name TR, what happens? Yes, online team. If my code is driver meaning?
Sir, both tables
The
of TR
entire window,
elements
correct?
are selected, sir.
In the entire window, find elements created using a tag name called TR.
All elements, sir.
All the TR elements will be taken into the Java list. There is a chance a page may have multiple tables. If I have only one table, whatever you said will go. If there are multiple tables, we get the wrong output. See here, my requirement, I want to count number of rows in this table. Where is this crop path? Okay, it's another system. Sorry. I was not installed any crow path or file, try export here. Just a second. Okay. You see here, not only this one, in the bottom also we have one more table here. The same page in the bottom, there is one more table. Here also we have some TR elements. If my code is driver dot find element by tag name TR, all TR elements will be taken. But I wanted only the rows belongs to the first table. So what is the logic? First, we need to make Selenium to find the table first. Identify this table first. Only capture the TR element belongs to this particular table. That should be the logic. After launching this application, first I need to make Selenium to find this table first. I'm inspecting the properties of this element. There's a class property available for this table, data table. First, I'll make Selenium to find the parent element, that is table element, based on the class property. I'm declaring a variable of type web element. Otherwise, directly I can, first I'll write the code in this way. Identify the table first. After finding the table, find the table element first. Then find elements by the tag name TR. First, I made Selenium to identify the parent element, table element based on the class property. Capture the TR elements of this particular table element. Find elements returns a list of web elements. This I'm storing in some Java list, say for example, rows. Here, rows is my Java list name. I'm printing the rows.size. saying there are about 22 rows in this page, in this particular table. The 22 rows, including the first one also, correct? Because the first element also one TR element. You made Selenium to find the table first. Then capture all TR elements inside that table. So meaning the first TR element also is taken. If you really want to skip the first row from the count, we have to use -1. 1, 2, all these TR elements, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Selenium already tested, no need to test. Your code capturing all TR elements available in the table. So the first program I demonstrated how to count the number of rows in a table. This alternatively, I can also write the logic in this way. First, I'll make Selenium to identify the parent element, table element, currency table equal to driver dot find the element by its class name. Data table. First, I made Selenium to identify the parent element. I want to capture the TR elements belongs to this currency table. So what is your code now? Not driver dot. Currency table dot find elements by the tag name TR. This I'm storing in the Java list. Rows. I'm printing rows.size. If I want to add a label here, number of rows something, including the 0th TR element, that is heading. If you want to remove the heading from the count, -1 we have to use. The first program I have explained you how to count the number of rows in a web table.
Sir, codes are not yet updated.
There is some little issue in the LMS. We'll upload. I mean, yesterday it is rectified. We'll upload today.
Okay, sir.
Right. Script to count the number of rows present in a table. Done. Now, I want to count the number of columns in a table row. Before that, script I am going to upload. Take the notes about this topic. Related to this topic, the interview questions will be like this. I have a table in a page. The table showing the list of employees. The table showing list of trains. How you count the number of trains available in the table. How you count the number of employees present in the table. Together, the question is, how you count the number of rows present in a table. Take it. How to count number of rows present in a table. How to count number of rows present in a table. Take the notes. In a HTML table or in a UI table, see HTML table, user interface table, web tables, all same. The tables present in a web page can be called as web tables, user interface table, but technically they are HTML tables. In a HTML table, rows are created using a tag name. Rows are created using a tag name. Rows are defined using a tag name TR. Rows are created using a tag name called TR. Continuation. By capturing all these TR elements, by capturing all these TR elements, by capturing all these TR elements into some Java list, by capturing all TR elements into a Java list, these Java list dot size will return. This Java list dot size will return. This Java list dot size will return count of rows in the table. This Java list dot size will return count of rows in the table. Right. So take the next topic. Counting number of columns in a table row. Counting number of columns in a table row. Yes, you answered this question. How to count the number of columns in a table row? Columns are created using a tag name called TD. By capturing all TD elements of a row into some Java list, that Java list or size will give you count of columns in the table row. Take it. In a table row, columns are created using a tag name. Columns are created using a tag name TD. The columns are created using a tag name TD. Continuation. By capturing all TD elements, of a row, all TD elements of a row, by capturing all TD elements of a row into Java list, we can get count of columns. We can get count of columns. So let us write a script to count the number of columns in a table. Here we have captured all TR elements into some Java list. We have observed there are about 22 TR elements available. This Java list contains 22 TR elements. Rows is a Java list name here. How to access a element from a list? Using get method. Get 0. Which element we are accessing here? 0th TR element. These are 0th TR element in the list. All TR elements we are capturing into a Java list called rows. Rows dot get of 0 will access the 0th TR element in the list, this one. The first TR element, 0th TR element has some headings. The headings are created using a tag name called TH. One way of writing the code, if I'm accessing the 0th TR element, dot find elements by the tag name. What is the tag name?
TH.
TH.
H.
Yeah.
This I'm taking into another Java list. Say columns. Columns of size will return the count of columns. It's saying there are two columns. Yes, here we have two columns. As I'm accessing the 0th TR element that contain the headings, I use TH element. If I'm taking any other TR element, we have to use TDs, table data. Only the 0th row, that is first row, contain the table heading. Remaining all rows are TD element, not TH element. Only the first row is TH element, table heading. All remaining rows are data TD elements. If I'm accessing any other row, not the 0th one, we have to use TD elements. There are two here. Right now, let me demonstrate the same in another application example. I want to count the number of rows in this table. Anyone, I given the URL in the chat box. Try to count the number of rows in the table manually. I'll write the code to count the number of rows in that other table, IRCTC table. As of now, your code will invoke this application. Now, I want to count the number of rows in this table. The same concept, any table procedure would be the same. These are table element. There is a class property, but it is a compound value, not a single word. So I have to go with the location of the element. These are location of the element. Let me use some partial location. At first, I'll make Selenium to identify the table first. A trains table. A trains table equal to driver dot find element by the XPath. I given the XPath expression. Now, these times table dot find elements by the tag name TR. These I'm storing into some Java list. Here my Java list name is rows. Rows is my Java list name here. The rows are size. Anybody counted?
27, sir. Total.
Including the heading?
Yes, sir. Including heading 27, sir.
We'll check. Yes. Your code able to count the number of rows. Now, I want to count the number of columns. Rows dot get off 1, 0th TR element I'm skipping because that contain the headings. Find elements by the tag name the TD. Same example I'm repeating again. This I'm storing into another Java list called, say for example, columns. Count of columns. Columns dot size. I'm running this code. Count of rows are 27. Count of columns are 6. Okay. Hope you understood this. Better. In the notebook itself, you note down this code. There's a region. One of the very, very frequent asked interview question is how you count the number of rows in a table, how to count the number of columns in a table, then how to read the data present in a web table. In many automation test cases, we have to create this logic because say, supposing in that Orange HRM application, I created a new employee. Listen. There's a reason for to take this code. In many programs, we write this kind of logic. Say we are working on Orange HRM project, say. Any other application you take, many scenarios we have to build this kind of scripts. In this Orange HRM application, or in maybe Primus Bank application, any other application, let's say, I'm testing a functionality, new employee registration working or not. New employee registration working or not. We write the code to enter the first name. Say something like this. And we write the code to enter the last name. And I capture the employee number. Click save button. What is the employee number here? 1981. This is okay. As of now, my code is entering a first name, last name, and click save button. Did my code tested anything? No. Only it is inputting the data and clicking the save button. Finally, I want to test the employee registered successfully or not. How to test it? I go to employee list. In the table, somewhere registered employee must be present, correct? In this entire table, somewhere the registered employee must be present, then only it is the guarantee that really the employee created. So what I do here, I enter the employee ID here. What is the employee ID? 1981 and click search button. Then I'll make Selenium to identify this table, count the number of rows in the table, go to the first row, capture the employee ID, check with the employee ID already registered. If not available, go to second row, third row, fourth row, till last row. Finally, in the entire table, somewhere that 1981 is available, the employee registered successfully, otherwise not registered. If you want to build this logic, you have to count the number of rows. You have to go to row 1 or row 2 or row 3 one by one, read the data present in the table, compare with the employee ID created. If both are matching, test case pass, otherwise test case fail. If you want to build this logic, first you have to count the number of rows. Create a for loop. Go to the first TR element, read the data, compare. No. Go to next TR element, read the data and compare till the last. Some way the condition satisfied employee registered, no way the condition satisfied test case is failed. If you want to build this logic, we have to count the number of rows. Sometimes we have to count the number of columns. We have to read the data and compare the data. So in many programs, we are going to work with this kind of tables concept. Maybe in the premise bank application, you are writing a script to verify new branch creation, new branch is registered successfully or not. Same concept. Create a new branch. Definitely it will be appear somewhere in the table in the page. We have to go to the page, read all the, count all the TR elements in the table, create a for loop, go to first row, second row, third row, till last row. Somewhere the new branch created available, test case pass, otherwise test case fail. In many programs, Selenium test cases, we have to work with the tables because whatever the data is registered, definitely will be shown somewhere in the table. Note on this script. A script to count, no need to take all this stuff. Take only the main logic. A script to count number of rows and columns present in a table. Take this portion of the code enough.
Sir, completed, sir.
Reading data present in HTML table. Reading data present in a HTML table. See here, this is the first TR element. How the data displayed in a HTML table? How the data is displayed in a HTML table? I'm showing you the answer here.
Table data.
In row.
Data in a table row or
Data.
TD elements.
Sir, in between
TD.
two TD, in between the two TDs.
In between TD elements, okay. How to capture the text belongs to any web element?
Dot get text.
Get text.
Get text. So finally, in any web table, HTML table, data are displayed in the form of TD element. By capturing the text property of the TD element using get text, we can able to fetch the data present in the table. The notes about it first. In a HTML table, data are displayed using TD elements. Data are displayed using TD elements. In any table, data are displayed in the form of TD elements. Continuation. By capturing the text property of the TD element, by capturing text property of the TD element using get text, by capturing text property of the TD element using get text, we can read the data present in a table. By capturing the text property of the TD element, we can read the data present in a table. How to capture the text property of any web element, either TD element or any other element, using getText. Right. In the first program, I want to read all train numbers, train names displayed in this table. In the first program, I will explain how to read the train number, train name present in the table. In the next program, we read the entire data present in the table. First, we capture all the TR elements into some Java list. Here, the Java list name is rows. I'm creating another Java list to store the TD elements of a row. Here, my Java list name is columns, rows dot. 1 second. I don't wanted only the first row. I wanted all the rows. What to do?
For loop, sir.
I wanted all the TR elements. First two TD elements that contain the train number and train name. Not the only first TR element. All TR elements I wanted one by one. So what to do?
For loop, sir.
We need to create a loop, for loop. You want one,
1.
zero, zero,
1.
why one?
0 element is
Not wanted. We are skipping the first zeroth TR element that contain the heading. We are starting from 1. I less than rows dot size I plus plus. Rows is a Java list here that contain all the TR elements. Get the ith TR element. Initially I value 1. That is first TR element. Each TR element has TD elements inside. Each TR element has TD elements inside. All TD elements of the first row I want to capture into another Java list. Find elements by the tag name TD. These I'm storing in another Java list. Say columns. First you confirm this, then I go further. There are about, for example, 20 rows available in a table. The 0th row contains some headings. I am skipping the 0th row. I value from 1 till the last. In the very first iteration, I value 1. We are accessing the first TR element available in the rows. We are accessing first TR element available in the Java list rows. What rows contain? TR elements of the table. Each TR element we are accessing the first TR element in the table. TR element has TD elements inside. Go to the first TR element, capture TD elements of the first TR element into another Java list called columns. In the very first iteration, columns will have. In the first iteration, columns list will have. Table data belongs to which row?
TD, first one.
First row only first row. Second iteration, columns contain TD elements of the second row. Next iteration, third iteration, columns will have columns of the third row. Like this, it will go till the last row. Now, columns contain TD elements of the first row in the first iteration. How many columns are here? There are about 6 TD elements, 6 columns. But in the first program, I am reading and printing only try number and name. Columns dot get off 0. I wanted in the first program, I am printing only try number. If I want to print everything, I will construct one more for. Read everything, I have to construct one more for loop, columns for loop. But in the first program, I am reading only try number and try name, 0th TD element and first TD element. These TD element will have a text. 0th TD element of the first row has some text. Using getText, I am reading the text property of the 0th TD element into some variable, try number. Columns dot get of 1, get text. I am reading the text property of the next TD element into another variable, a try name. Now here I am printing a try number and try name together. Let me run this code. See the first train number in the application first. 12267 Mumbai Central. See the last one in the application. Yeshwantapur 12864. Finally, your code able to fetch the train number and train names available in the table. Hope you understand this one. In this first program, I'm reading only train number and train name. Hence, I hard coded the values 0 and 1. There are about 6 columns available. Really, I want to read everything. We'll construct one more for loop here. 0 to 5. We have to construct one more for loop here. Hope you understood this one, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. One
Sir,
minute.
please explain once again.
Sir, can you explain line number 30, sir?
I'll explain completely once again. The table has train numbers and train names, some other values. The requirement, I want to read the train number and I want to read the train name. If I want to read only the first train number and first train name, I no need to have a loop, right? I do not require a loop. I require all the train numbers and train names. There are multiple TR elements available. First, we have captured all the TR elements into some Java list. Rows is my Java list name. Let's say there are about, how many rows are there? I didn't verify. 27 rows and 27. There are about 27 rows in this table. In these 27 rows, 0th row contain the headings I do not want to read. Remaining 26 rows of data I want to read. Remaining 26 rows of data I want to read, train number and train name. So we constructed a for loop here. I equal to 1 because 0th TR element I do not want it. That contain the headings. I value we started from 1 till last row of the table, rows dot size, last value, I plus plus. Then go to the first TR element, first row. Each row has some TD elements. 6 TD elements are available. 6 columns are available. Rows dot get of I value 1. Go to the first row. Dot find elements created using a tag name called TD. In the first iteration, what is happening? All first row columns we are capturing into one Java list called columns. In the first iteration, columns contains, in the very first iteration, columns contains all these TD elements, correct? Not the first one. These TD elements. I wanted only train number and train. How many TD elements are available in the second Java list called columns? 6. 0, 1 I wanted. Columns of 0 will access the first TD element. Dot get. I'm reading the text property of the 0th TD element into some variable train number. Text property of the first TD element I'm accessing into one variable called train number. The text property of the next TD element I'm accessing into a variable called train name. I'm printing the train number and train name. The code is inside the loop. It goes to next row, same. Row, 5th row till the last row. Finally, this code is reading and printing all train numbers and train names available in the table. So it's clear now?
Yes, sir.
Sir, only line number 30. It is not clear.
So what is not clear here? We are reading all columns. Let's say this is your table. The first TR element contains some headings. Try number, try name. The remaining TR elements contain the actual data. We know this is one TD element. It's another TD element. We are reading all the TD elements into some Java list. What is the Java list name as per my code? Columns. The TD elements are available in these columns in the first iteration. We are reading the text property of the TD element using getText, storing in a variable called try number. Columns, we are taking all TD elements into the columns. There are about 6 TD elements. 0th TD element text property I am taking into try number. Next to TD element text property I am taking into try name. If I want to read remaining also 0, 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5. Otherwise, we have to create one more for loop here. Right. I'll stop here today. You practice it, you'll get it.
Okay, sir.
And tomorrow, I'm going to teach you this same example again. This program reading only the try number and try name. How to read the entire data present in the table. Okay. In fact, you see some calendars in your project. Calendars also tables. The calendar element also a table. In a calendar, dates are displayed in the form of a table. If I want to pick up a day, you should know how to work with the tables. After learning the other concept, how to read the remaining data, entire data present in a table, I'll go with working with the calendars concept. Okay. Right. I stop here. And today, maybe another 1 hour, I'll upload all the 3 days programs into our LMS. Okay. Thank you. We continue tomorrow, friends.